Good evening, we are back again, another live stream, just playing around. What most likely happened is that I forgot one preset. So in the Rob Personal, I throw presets which are then intermediate or not yet used. And I think My Session 1, it's called My Session 1. And I don't think that I have that one. But that doesn't matter. Okay, so everybody welcome. I hope you enjoy creating music and also enjoyed the last update we did to Prisma, which is available. I played it last week, so if you want to hear Prisma and the new presets, check the last live stream, which was last Thursday. Don't recall the date anymore. So today we have the August 3rd already. It's already August. And yeah, we are working on new products. We have in September this new FX. I cannot show it yet because I still need to make some more presets so I can have a bit more showing to you what you can do with that. But that will be added to the new as a new plugin to the Explorer 8. So that will be the fourth new plugin in Explorer 8. Explorer 8 has then Blue 3, which you can see in front. It has Refsane, which is very cool as a reverb. And it has the Bit 2, of course. It's almost Christmas. Yes, it's almost Christmas. Well, that takes a few months, lucky enough. Although the weather in the Netherlands is terrible currently. It's not cold, but it's very rainy. So it is a bit more like autumn instead of summer. But yeah, that's what it is. So so Blue in front of me, just playing one preset, which most likely I did not add. And of course, in the future, we will have more presets for Blue 3. The latest version has over 150 new presets, and of which I played a few weeks ago also the ones from Klangwelt and Mark Satchel. So, and a few new presets I did myself. I think the ones which I did myself were in the R bank. That's why I just checked the R bank, which is here, by the click by order by date. If I found this name, but I don't find it. So these are the So it could be, well, that this preset with a different name. Well, this one uses the velocity split feature. So, okay, so Blue 3, the new update. And the cool thing, what we are doing now, step by step in each update, is that if you go in the upper screen, so if you go to the main screen, you always can see up here a little 3 lines, which indicates that there is a menu. You can click on that. You can have all kind of settings like the screen size, computer keyboard on, which means that you go up and down for a preset, the next preset, and in the bank manager even go to the right for having to the next row, if I'm not wrong. Of course, the user interface needs to be selected, otherwise you go to the next track in for instance, your music host. So you need to be the screen of your plugin should be in front and be selected, and then you can use the up-down from your keyboard to go to the next preset. But then this new one is down here where you see download latest version. If you click that one, and in my case, you see it pops up. You have the latest version of Blue 3, version 101B it is. So I shut this down. And if you don't have that version, it will start downloading. Of course, you must not forget then to close your music program, run the installer then after you did download. And then you will have these new presets. And in the download page of Blue 3, you can find also an info section where we say, okay, these are the new presets and the bugs we did solve. And if you even scroll down even more, that was a very loud sneeze. If you scroll down much more in, for instance, the Blue 3 download page, you also will find Blue 2. So you also can download and install Bluetooth. The same goes for all the other products. So with Predator 3, for instance, you can still install Predator 2 and even the original Predator for all the songs you created. So maybe you upgrade it to Blue 3, but you still have songs with Blue 2. Well, and then you buy a new computer and then you think, oh, I cannot load my old songs anymore, which used Blue 2. But that is still possible because in the download page of each instrument, if there is an older version, a previous version, you can always download it and use it then, of course, with the latest serial. So in case of installing Blue 2 and you have Blue 3, use the Blue 3 serial. And I always first install Blue 3 and then the older ones with the serial of the latest version. So everybody, welcome in the chat room. Does anybody have a good idea what we could do this evening? Because I had no time to prepare something, so maybe somebody has a question about a plugin, synthesis question, or whatever. Maybe a question about Punch. So just let me know. So I'm checking up here the chat room. I have up here an additional screen, which I can see the chat now. I'm going to say hello in the chat room. So here we are. Okay, and then you see that's a weird thing that I need to see. Okay, always on top. You need to untick that and then it's always on top. Okay, I'm just reading the chat room if there's anything popping up. Okay, no problem. Yeah, what we could do is, for instance, because some people might not expect it, but the audio quality of Refsane is, of course, amazing. So if you're looking for high quality reverb and you don't want to spend the money on the RPverb 2, which has far more features, you still can purchase the Refsane, which has the same audio quality. So if I go here and I go to reverb and select Refsane, here it comes. And as you can hear, this one sounds like a big church. And you see it's very warm. It embraces the sound. So what you had sometimes in the past in the hardware times, you had, of course, the reference for reverb, to my opinion, were always the lexicon reverbs. The other ones were not always bad, but sometimes were more clattering. So they were a bit more like, you say that, metallic, and they could interrupt your sound in a negative way. So you would hear the reverb as a negative thing, and it should add dimension without interfering with the original sound. So this really sounds as I am in a big cave or big church, and then you hear all the so Refsane is fantastic. Also on synth sounds or piano, it's amazing. But the cool thing is what Refsane does is having the option to have the disrupt sphere you might know from Delsane. So you can go also with wild things. So if I would say, okay, I'm doing more experimental music, you could say and move this disrupt sphere and make the room even longer. And it goes back and you get the side effects. So now I go shorter and now I talk, and while I'm talking the reverb gets longer, and then you get some weird glitch inside of the sound. Hear that one? Cool, isn't it? What you can do here is in the direction is that you also can go from left to right. left to right, and then it's with the lazy mode. So then it goes from, and then I need to press play because triggering host, host. Now you see it. This is the lazy mode, and it triggers on the start point of your sequence. And now it doesn't stop, of course. So it keeps on playing this rhythm. Let me shut it down. So you can make really weird things with this. So now you hear my voice. I think we have some presets on vocal doing weird things. Big hole, okay. So natural things are inside of it. Vocal FX, flex 1. Yeah, these are different sounds. Flex 2, flex 3. Wow, this is a very nice one. Very short. Okay, this is another one. Aha, this one used delayed reflection. Yeah, so there are many nice presets. Like this one. You hear the delayed reflection goes into the reverb. Haha. So, let me see if I have more. Vocal, narrow street sound. But this is a very narrow street indeed. So, yeah, there are many presets. Also, if you're simply in the studio, yeah, I mean, you still see a lot of dials, but the main core thing is, of course, the reverb. It has the early reflections. Even the distortion is possible, which is nice on drums to give it a little bit beefy up. But then here, the disrupt sphere allows you to do even weirder things. And you can also make it respond. So I can say, okay, use the side input or the input and use that one on the disrupt sphere, and you can see it moving in the background. So with my volume, I change also then the disrupt sphere, which controls multiple parameters. So that is also for doing some weird sounds. So if I go this more, so for the wet, this is very strange sounds. Like people walk. Resistance is futile. Yeah, so a lot of cool stuff is possible with Rafsane. I only could have dreamt for this type of quality in reverb when I was in the 80s and 90s. I've always been a reverb freak. So here are all kind of vocal presets. Let me see if we have still some vocal reverser. I'm not sure what is happening. Yeah, that's a bit of side effect. Not that much. This one, gold. Yes, this is a room, edgy room. Of course, the RP Verb has more options on this subject. So now I'm dry again. And by the way, the distortion, if you put it on, sometimes it's only interesting on vocal. There's a little edge to the vocal. You see, this is clean, and now you get a little edge to it. Most of the time it works nice on drums. So Rafsane, if you did not check it out, if you're simply looking for a fantastic natural sounding reverb which doesn't have too many features, simply has great presets, check it out. Also if you have already the bundle. So let me play it, for instance, with another instrument. So I'm going to shut it down here. Let me see if I have something. Here we have synth sounds. Yeah, I'm looking for synth sound. bell. So let's shut down this one. The chorus I keep on and I shut down. You only hear the piano with a vocal sound on top of it. So let's make this one spacey just by adding Refrain. So I go back and I go to the mixer. Come on, where are you? Okay, here we have, and then I add in the reverb. We have arp reverb, but also Refrain. Here it is, and you say, okay, I make ambient, really long, spacey. For instance, this first preset would already be cool. So let's make it ridiculous long and big, and even more reverb. If you listen very well, you can hear that in the reverb, it also repeats a kind of the melody I play. So I put the reverb a little bit more deeper. So I have a 12.4 second reverb, which is pretty long. So I will play it again. Let's play it dry. That's dry. Maybe I should shut down the choir which is inside of it because it's pretty hissy. So that we have more the percussion sound only. So I shut down the vocals. The ladies are gone now. So I only have this E piano now. Okay. Go up here with... And how much it changes the sound, the feel of it, the sounds. If I play this again, but then with reverb, you get this. See how much influence that has. And of course, arp reverb 2 goes further. It has the same algorithm, but has the reverse mode. So, Refrain is a kind of variation, but has its own thing, which is this disrupt sphere, where you can go strangely in terms of sound. So you have different types of space orbit 1 and 2. They are for extremely long reverb sounds. They are really for the ambient people. Space orbit 2 in the manual, I believe I mentioned this, the distance between Venus and Jupiter in terms of length of the reverb. So you see here 36 seconds. So let me try this one. Gonna be a long one. Cool, isn't it? It's almost like an instrument. And of course, if I would have a lazy Thursday live stream evening, one trick I could do, of course, is having the Space Orbit 2 and set the length to the max, and it would take minutes before the reverb would end, and then the live stream would be over. So, oh no, it's 1 second. Max is 1 second. I give it another try. Space orbit. Nice, isn't it? So I think it's maybe a little bit under the radar, but it's Verb is, of course, the moment it was released, has its share of fans, which is typical that essentially all of our instruments and effects have their own range of people who definitely could not live without them, and that's good. That's nice to recognize. So what's the difference then with Verb 2? Okay, so if I would go down here, we have the... So I'm going to open the mixer again. And if I would take down Verb 2, you see it looks a little bit different. Here it is. Now I need to go to the insert. Well, this one has the reverse thing. If I put the trigger level for the reverse a little bit. This is the reverser, which is different. So you see up here, it's pretty the same as Refsane. Refsane was later than Verb 2, but here you have the reverser, which reverse the reverb. So it also could reverb. Now it's set to reverb only, but it also could reverse then, I think, the original sound, if I'm not wrong. Don't hear that much of a difference. Maybe the routing is a little bit different. I need to check. And you see, sync means that it records the reverb, the wet sound, and then reverses it and plays it back. To avoid clicks, it has a slow attack and a decay setting, which you can use. But for instance, I use it now on an instrument, but you can use it on drums, whatever. So let me show this, for instance, on my voice. So I need to go to my voice input and need to check there. So you can hear the reversing thing. And of course you can shut it down. So if you click on the icon here, the reverser doesn't work. Then you have a normal reverb. And you can put it on, and then it starts recording the reverb tail and reverses it. Well, the fun thing is, if you are doing a recording, you can use the mix here, for instance, to have only the reverb while playing a song, and at a given moment you say, okay, now put the reverse in it. So you also can put it on a given moment, because these parameters can be automated. You could use it on a rhythm. So let me go to rhythm. So I shut this one on my vocal. Let me see if we can have a rhythm stuff going on. That's the piano. So I need to pick. Oh yeah, I could use Blue 3 for it. Just use one of these sequence sounds, which is not 2. Okay, I shut down here. It has the phaser chorus. Let me shut down the FX3 and put on this one. I can put the Racine. Okay. Not, sorry, RP-Verb 2. Not Racine, but up. Here it comes. I go to the percussion because that one sometimes is a little bit better. So I'm looking here, and there's a manager, by the way. Here you can see where I can see something with reverse. Doesn't use the reverse, but I can put it on. Hold time is too long. You only have the this is only the reverse sound on the guitar. Of course, you need to keep in mind that pre-delay, making it shorter. That works better. Because the room is shorter than if it reverse, it's, I think, a more good thing. But you need to experiment. This is of course a bit more complex. Let's see if I have another sound, which is tempo based. Okay, there's something playing which should not playing. Sorry for that. Need to go to cycle. Well, this is the effect sound. So what I did is I did the whole time is essentially before it starts to record again, and the reverb time is also 1/4. It can be, of course, not longer than the whole time before it records again. I made a video inside of the RP-Verb 2 about it, I think. So this is a normal room. And now I added the room from RP-Verb 2, and now I mix the reverse sound. So you can make some weird stuff. It's really, I mean, RP-Verb is also good for basic reverbs, but if you're gonna wanna go wild, it's amazing. I love these type of things. Let me see if I have a bit more. I need to see if I have something with drums, but I don't think. 6/8. Well, I think another trick I could do is simply put an extra add track, an extra drum track, and use. Okay, I need to go to drums, punch 2. Okay, punch 2 opens. I need to go to a snare, real normal snare. So let me see. Bass drum. Okay, let's see if there's any effects. This one is totally dry. So it's really the room from the snare, which is inside of this. And now I'm gonna put reverb 2 on it. So let me mute that one. Up reverb is VST3, and then you can find it in the reverb category inside. Here it is again. On the drums. Then I go to insert. So the other ones, insert means that you use it on one single track. Because you have the option in a mixer to use one reverb for multiple instruments, and then you do a FX Send setup. And that's wise if you want to use, for instance, a long reverb on multiple instruments. That's essentially how it worked in the past. If you were mixing, you had FX Sends for long reverb, short reverb, or room, or whatever. Of course, the CPU is not that much of an issue anymore, but you would save some CPU if you would have an FX Send setup. Okay, but let's go here to the drum and percussion, insert. Now I use it on an insert. Now I could use reverse now. And now I use it really in a rhythmic way, and that's cool about up. So on drums, the reverse is very musical, useful. You can change it. Now it has a hold time. You can also say half a bar. So that's how you can use reverb 2 in a very creative way. I think I have a video about it. The other thing, which is also an reverb 2, more extensive, is that you have the distortion. You can put it on here, which can have a nice effects on the room. It gives a little bit edge to it, and you have different type of distortion to fold over. Bypass. So this is the original one, and this is with distortion and reverb 2, and the distortion inside reverb 2. Cool, isn't it? So it's a very versatile reverb. But what we did is having a lot of presets for you. So you have the different banks with the setup for if you use an FX Send setup or put it on an insert. So that's the drum loops I have here. Let's see what that one is. Insert. So give it a try, I would say, with reverb 2. Here it comes back, the reverse sound. Okay, let me check the chat room because I'm playing around and maybe you think, oh God, Rob, I know all about it. Okay, I'm an Explorer users. Oh, the RP reverse. Maybe it's stupid to understand backwards music. Hannah says that he never used RP reverse. Well, there are still some users there which like to use it, but they're more experimental, doing reverse FX. It's essentially a kind of rip-off of this section here in RPVerb 2, because once John and I started doing the whole idea for RPVerb 2, I had this idea about adding this reverser, which recorded the reverb sound and reversed it, and it was pretty complex to get something which works well. So therefore, you have then the hold time, the reverse time, the attack and decay, and the offset. It's a the offset is nice to move things a little bit in terms of timing. So if you want to have the reverse thing or another thing so that it moves a little bit different in rhythm. But then the MIDI time-based things here, and you can see that the hold time and ref time, I cannot go lower with my hold time if the ref time is not changed. So if now I have a half bar, but the whole time then also can go to half bar. But it's a logical reason for that, because you need to record it, and then of course you have a minimal time which you need to record it. So that was a very complex thing to figure out, which took really a lot of work with John and I, and took weeks to figure out how we could add the reverser in a very creative way, without that people get a Windows 95 blue screen in their head. And then from there, we created, because I thought, essentially we did so much work in creating this reverser. Why not have this also as an additional FX? So I think it's in the other section. If you go Cubase, it's in the other section. Here it is, RP reverse. You see, it has many cool features. Normally what you can do is, what I talk about in the RP reverse video, normally what some people do if they want to have a kind of reverse sound on their vocal, they simply copy and paste a vocal part and then reverse that one on a second track. That's always an option, but this one you can do still very different things with. So okay. Okay, some discussion about reverbs. Yeah, it's so if I go back here, so I mute this. Let me know if you have a question. So we have, on terms of reverb, we have some cool options. Here's it again here. Yeah, that's nice. So if you have it continues the reverse stuff because it's one bar. So let me take another beat inside Punch. So I need to grab Punch again, open it, simply go to a different, so really can use it in a rhythmically way. So if I go to one of my favorite banks, is this one. So this is chaos. can make really weird grooves. So this is bypass. And this is... So cool, you can do really weird stuff with this RP verb too. Okay. Yeah, green screens, blue screens. I always make a joke when there's something that you get a blue screen in your head, like the old Windows 95, you know, that Vlad, it came there. This famous blue screen of Windows 95. A terrible operating system it was. 97 was better. And then, of course, came the other ones like XP, which was not bad at all. And then you got Windows 7, was very, very good. Then they had Windows 8, which I never used. And then they had 10, which I'm currently on, and now they also have 11. They asked me recently if I want to upgrade to 11, but if a system runs, keep it running. So I don't gonna update to 11. Okay. We had that one, but I had that preset. I always keen on snares, of course. I really love snares. Oh, it's more fantasy snare. So that's a weird one. Let's go more to a acoustic one. So I need to go to the manager. I think percussion and drums. There we have cowbells, all kind of. Some nice shaking around here. Not shakers, but shaking the cowbells. It's still RP verb 2, you hear. This is the original one. Got some weird. This is weird. This is a harder. So these are the special drum loop water. It's more shaker. Oh, it doesn't take the. Then sometimes if the reverse doesn't respond, just pull down the trigger level. So here you have really, so this is the basic groove. You really have a, and this one uses delayed reflection delay, which is tempo sync. So it's all kind of weird combinations going on here. So it's a very creative reverb, not only for beautiful, nice, warm, dance reverb sounds, but also for some weird other stuff. Okay, let me check the chat room. Today we don't have a demo from anybody. I think Tom Aldrich is on holiday, trying to break my Guinness Book of Record record of being lazy on holiday. He tries to break that record. I wish him a lot of luck, but you need to be very lazy to break that. Okay, so let's check the chat room, and otherwise, yeah. Or people have some interaction with it, with each other. So yeah, that about our FX. We get a new FX in September, as mentioned. And for the ones who missed it, we have an update for Prisma. If you are on Mac, you can reload it because it... oh no, here it is. Where is Prisma? I had it last week, so why is it not appearing? Oh, I did not select it. Add track, instrument, and it's also VST3, so you will find Prisma in the synth section. It takes a while before it loads. Before it pops up, because it's quite a extensive program. Here it is. And then it starts with the default preset because it doesn't load in a preset. So if you go to the manager, the new presets, I play many of them. And yeah, my favorite banks are Super Pads, Motion Picture. Jamal makes some great stuff. Even classic stacks are there. RG stacks, if you have RG, you still can use Prisma. So Prisma is a free plugin which allows you to stack our instruments. So I'm in the Bank Manager Super Pads. If you click Order by Date, you instance have the Grease Evening Pad, which is one of the new ones. It's a very sweet pad, which even has the option for you to control things. So if you think, okay, this should be more spacey, you can change. So what I did in this pad, I increased the attack and the release. So originally it's a little bit less slow attack and long release, but these are one of the new presets in Prisma. So it's if you don't have all the plugins, you the ones you don't have, it will not load, but it still will play a preset. For instance, if you only have particular instruments, it will only play the ones you have. I don't know. Be Bright Amp Pad was also a new one. So I'm going out with playing some presets from Prisma, and so that's more big sound. And that one already has a pretty long release. Very dramatic pad. Be Bright Ambient Pad, it's called. So, yeah, and you can go even further because there's still a little bit room for the slow attack and even more release. Then you get... Yes. So you see, if you tweak a little bit and play the right notes, it's very nice. So if you missed the news, Prisma is available, the update. If you have it already installed, log in and you can download the latest version. Don't forget to close your music program before you run it. And it will also load the new presets and Bit 2 and Blue 3. Oh, Chris Mitchell mentions the notification did not work. The stream did not show up in your YouTube features this week. Weird. Yeah, I don't know. If you have, for instance, if you have a subscription to my channel, you can click on this bell icon. And I think then you should get a notification that I'm live. So I'm not sure why it didn't work. So yeah, this is a very nice, it's a kind of Blade Runner sound indeed. And I hit a wrong note. Anyhow, thanks for watching, guys. Hope to see you next week. Then we have another live stream. If you have a question, drop me a note on info@robpapen.com. I will look into it. We have one question still open from a person called Robert about a sound which I still need to check each time I ever get it. But anyhow, I will go out with this nice pad sound. Thank you for watching and see you next week. And if you like the live stream, give it a thumbs up and spread the word about the live stream and the Rob Papen products. See you next week, guys. Bye-bye.